Yo, what's up guys? It's been a week and I promised you another video, so here I am. I'm keeping my word like a responsible adult. I gotta work on that consistency anyways. So basically, I'm making a video because I did something kind of crazy. Something kind of wild. I went out to the cinema. Yeah, the movie theater for all you normies out there. And so I picked a movie to watch with a couple people. Now, not just any movie. I chose Conclave, a film that's apparently running an award for the 97th Academy Awards, aka the Oscars. You probably heard of them. I know, very pretentious and picky for me in general. Now, going into this movie, I had absolutely no clue what it was about. I didn't do any research. I didn't do anything whatsoever. Like, nothing. It took me half the movie to figure out what was even happening. I was in the seat half the movie, just really confused at all the characters and what was happening on screen. Now you might be wondering, how is that even possible? Simple, I just didn't do any research. I just didn't read the description. I just saw the name Conclave and thought, yeah, that sounds badass. It is a badass name. Conclave sounds like a final Elden Ring boss. It sounds amazing. So, what is Conclave about? Well, buckle up again because I actually had to leave the theater mid-movie to figure that out. Turns out the whole movie, revolves around Vatican City, where the Pope has just died. That's the beginning of the movie. Now, all the cardinals, the red guys, the guys right under the Pope, have to vote on a new one. Now, it's a little bit tricky because to become Pope, it's a long process and you have to go through a bunch of voting systems and everything. But of course, in the movie, things get messy, sticky, and, it's not perfect, and drama pops out like a cafeteria after the day of prom. Betrayal, plot twists, and high-stake Catholic drama. It's just like Game of Thrones, but with less incest and more robes. Now, here's where it gets a little weird. After I leave the theater, I'm on my phone, because my mind is so confused. Like, what is this movie? What is it all about? And I go on YouTube. The first video that actually pops up is CGP Grey's video on how to become Pope. That video. Now, if you haven't heard of CGP Grey yet, you must be living under a rock, because you've got to watch his content. He makes amazing, valuable content that it's just great. It's just great. He makes all these science videos, and it's amazing. I mean, they're like 10 years old, but it's still good content nonetheless. But at that moment, it felt like divine intervention that video popped up on my screen. Either the ghost of the Pope blessed my phone, or our devices are just listening to us at all times. Probably both. I'm not exactly sure. Now, I watched this video. I hit play on my phone, and 5 minutes in, I'm already a Vatican scholar. I could even be the new Pope. I could be with the cardinals at Vatican City. So I understand. I walk back in the theater and I sit down, and everything just suddenly clicks. Everything just makes sense at that moment in time. So the cardinals vote 4 times a day, burn the votes if no Pope is elected, and then there's smoke coming from the chimney. And that means that there's no new Pope yet to the rest of the world. So that's why it's called Conclave, I think, something like that. I'm not terribly sure, but somebody can look that up on Google or whatever. Anyways, back to the movie. Conclave is a solid contender for an Oscar. Now, granted, I haven't watched any of the other nominees, so I'm a little bit biased on that part, but that's not stopping me from rooting for this one to win an Oscar. Now, let's talk acting. Ralph Fiennes, I don't know how to pronounce his name. You guys can let me know in the comments down below. You might have heard of the name before. He showed up, in a little tiny movie called Harry Potter, and he played Lord Voldemort. Throughout the whole movie, one scene stuck out to me, and it's the scene where his character is vulnerable and he breaks down crying in the corner. And it was so real that I felt just completely awkward watching it. You know that feeling when your friend suddenly starts crying next to you and you have no idea what to do? Yeah, it definitely felt like that. I felt like watching the scene, I was in awe that someone could take that emotion that I was feeling and just put it on the big screen. He absolutely nailed it. It was beautiful. Cinematography, immaculate. Gorgeous. Stephen Fontaine worked his magic, and it absolutely shows. The deep reds of the cardinals, the atmosphere of Vatican City, it just feels like you're actually there in Italy watching the cardinals do their voting system and just watching all this religious drama unfold in real time. The tension, the stakes, the vibes, it's all perfect. It's great. And then the ending, the conclusion. To wrap it all up, I'm not going to give you any spoilers, but don't worry. Let me say, it hits you with a twist. Not some ridiculous, holy shit, the Pope came back from the dead and is alive the whole time and orchestrating a master plan. No, it's not like that. No nonsense. No, it's a twist that actually makes sense and actually leaves you thinking. A good twist. So yeah, that's Conclave. It's fantastic. Go watch it. For rating, I give it an A in my... Sorry, my dog's barking. I give it an A on my tier list. It's fantastic. Anyways, that's all I wanted to talk about today. Yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.